Hello, everybody, and welcome to this brand new episode of Music to Live for with Shanti. I'm your host, Shanti Perpellini, and today I'm here with Anissa Boschetti, a singer from the south of Switzerland. What we're waiting for, let's go!
Check this out. Music to live for with Shanti.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to this brand new episode of Music to Live for with Shanti. I'm your host, Shanti Perpellini, and today I'm here with Anissa. Hi, Anissa, how you doing?
Hey, I'm doing great. How about you?
Yeah, honestly, this month has been so fucked up in a positive way. Because April, for those who don't know, I work in the music business as a stage manager, and April was just desolated. It was desert. I just have like one shift. And well, the positive thing is that I had the time to think a lot of situation and how to organize my business. But then from the 1st of May, I just started a tour with an orchestra, then other concert here in Basel. And yesterday was last concert in Zurich. That was nice. Simple tasks. So yeah, for this month, I'm really happy. And this is to say that tired, but really happy and always motivated to do podcast. But hey, tell us something about you because the audience here are very curious to know who you are.
Come on, come on. First of all, I really feel what you just said. I felt like the first months of this year have been like preparation for something bigger. So from May on is only all new, all kind of like new stuff, new creation. And so I totally agree with you. So hi everybody. My name is Anissa. I like to present myself as a dreamer. So I don't like to share a perfect identity about me because I don't feel like I'm the kind of person to fit in just one identity, you know? I have some friends of mine who know me as a singer, some friends of mine who just know me under my professional work, and just friends of mine just knowing me by night out and stuff. So what we share, of course, is the music.
Right.
So yeah.
Because you are in different projects. But before we jump on that topic, I mean, because I introduced you in the trailer of the episode as a singer. So that's the focal point. How did you get, let's go direct in the reason. How did you understood that you were the person who want to become a singer?
So I actually started, big news, as a pianist.
Okay.
So my first instrument was not my voice, but was the piano, since I was very shy and introverted. And as soon as I turned 17 years old, I started, singing in between notes, in between piano lessons and stuff. And I really discovered that was, I know it's funny to say, but that was my voice, and that was the voice I wanted to bring into the world. So from that moment on, I really started to discover it as a way of speaking, as a way of introducing myself to others, and in a way of translating what I had in mind into the world. So yes, after my first years as just trying to sing out loud, I actually joined the first project of my life, which was very, like, how to say, with the conservatory school in Lugano. Kind of classical way of starting, and just singing around with friends in a classical way. So that was my start. And that was the moment I really discovered that was my instrument, that was the thing I wanted to share in the world.
Okay, but you got into you were telling me you went to jet school also. I mean, or you get like, you decided to go in that direction.
So actually, my parkour was kind of different. So I started off as classical singing, so not opera, but still classical. You know. After that, I immediately went into the rock direction because the first real band I joined was Tipsy Road, which was kind of nice band from Ticino, Switzerland, and we did oh my god, it was just amazing. It was prog rock, hard rock band from Ticino, and that was really the first time I really jumped into the music world, all around Europe actually, because we did also concert in other nations. And just after we split with that group, well, we don't actually say we split up because we still, you know, want to hope.
Okay, one of the situation where it's mutual that okay, our fellowship separates now, like it's like Lord of the Rings
Even
things.
not like that. It's more about we all hope to get back together one day. It's just life got different ideas in mind.
Okay.
And it's just as soon as I moved to Rome, so it was 6 years ago already, that I started trying new way to discover my voice. And at that point, I joined a jazz band and I started studying jazz as a way of moving my voice. But first off was rock.
All right. Well, I stop you here because now it comes like one of these question that you're not the first person I talk about this month, and it's the fact what is all the hype about jazz? And let me explain. I had the chance to work as a teenager for a jazz festival and meeting like musicians from all over the world, and you could see the contrast in between people from the USA and people from Europe. And that difference was that people in Europe come from a classical studying background, so they know the rules, the mathematics behind music, and even the classic repertoire, really classic. And then they go to the jazzy part, improvisation, everything. Then you got the people from the States that come from growing up in big families, playing with your grandpa, your uncle, they play bass, drum, and everything, and they know nothing about theory, musical theory, you know, but they got the groove, they know how to play. So you got this idea of who's really making a good musician, right? And what I understood is that, and maybe this is why I never really get it about jazz, is that it's really open, like it's really expression, direct expression. And I noticed that student here in Basel sometimes, I mean, from the music academy, um, they don't say, "Oh, right, we play like metal, we do electro now because everybody are kind of hipster, so it's the hype also." But they they pretend to say, "Okay, I play jazz because jazz is like the something that is allowed for me as a classical musician to do something not what's the word, not canonical, you know, not really in the base what we are used to listen to." And I always thought this was a big bullshit, honestly, because in the end you are studying or you try to make fixed rules and techniques on a music genre that it's so open. And I learned that from where this music was born, from directly from these people. So to me, as a musicologist, sometimes it's really hard to really understand what people here are really want to do, saying, okay, I'm going to jazz school, or that's the name of this bachelor or master that are doing. Yeah, in relation with what does it mean playing? Because it's crazy, but it seems to me that sometimes classical students are kind of ashamed of say, I'm playing rock. Of course, I mean, 4 chords and you got like 1,000 same four chords, it got like thousand and thousand of good song. And but it seems that's that's so basic, that's so popular, you know, like easy. But I don't know, it's always keep me like, do you want to be like kind of a snob, and on the other side you want to just being more creative, but you need a label to put on what you are doing. So you say, oh no, I'm not experimental, I'm not doing that, I'm doing jazz, or I'm doing Berlin techno. Yeah,
Yeah,
because everybody like this kind of music, you know. I don't
yeah,
know. This is my point of view, but I really want to understand you because you went to that school and you feel for sure totally different vibes. And I'm really curious to see your approach with that.
yeah. First of all, sorry to break it, but I never went to a school. It was more a personal discovery.
All
So the
right.
only school I did was the classical conservatory.
Mm.
So that must be a point. But I really get your point, and I really get what you're saying and your point of view. And this is absolutely true, which means in all kind of art, because that's what we're talking about. We're talking about art. In all this kind of art, I think there is something called, mainstream. Okay, so talking about jazz is saying I'm playing that something more. So I want to share my view on that topic. That is absolutely not at all based on what is a good genre, what is a good musician, what is it good for something. So I'm not really labeling thing with this stuff, and I want to like share the main 2 points that I think about this topic. The first one about rules, about breaking the rules, etc. That you say, with jazz, you have a lot to study, but then you're talking about improvising. Why is not classical music? Then the jazz is. I think this is the fascinating thing about jazz, is that you really are. You have to think outside the box, and you have a box. So the box is really learning which are the sequences, which are the notes standing good together, the famous jazzy chords, etc. Okay, so you have a box. But on the opposite side, that is not classical music, for example, you have to think outside the box, because you have that incredible improv part that you can like it or not. It's not about liking here, okay? It's more about feeling. And what makes good jazz music actually good, always in my opinion, is when you see the musician falling into their personal flow. And this, in my opinion, is what really makes a jazzy music good. So it's not more about beauty, because I personally think that a rock music is a lot more beautiful than a jazz song, talking about beautiful. But a jazz song sometimes is a lot more deep, because we're not talking with notes, we're not talking about chords and sequences. We are really talking with the emotions of the artist. And it's the only one genre where you are pushed to find your voice, to find your emotions.
Yes.
So that's also the reason why I try to discover jazz music, because what I've been through in the first part of my career was strong notes, precise notes, was more about the strength of my voice. I think you know my voice right now a little bit, and I have also a deep, strong voice, okay? And the first thing I did when I started singing jazz was taking away the volume, which was absolutely horrible for me, because I was so used to
to be so
scream.
present. Yeah.
Exactly, to scream it. And with jazz music, you almost whisper with a microphone, and you whisper your emotions. So it was more like an intimate discussion with the public. And it was more about my inside emotions and not about performance. So I think that's the beauty of jazz, which is a complete different thing of what you like and what you don't like, because I totally agree with you with the first part of your point of view, which is jazz is not more than the other genre. Okay. So whoever talks about I play jazz because I'm more than you is absolutely on the wrong way, because jazz is absolutely the opposite. It's more like being humble, being the solo person that wants to play that note, because that note is really transferring more emotion than the first one.
I see it. You know, I got most of my friends that are studying jazz are drummers, and you recognize the fact that they start in really playing. They learn how to play like more softly, and they also understood better how to adapt also their volumes to a certain situation. And I think that maybe I was just witnessing this concert with the wrong audience or wrong friends, because because I think nowadays I think that if I would like go and listen to a jazz concert, I will really more focus on the musicians, how they are playing and touching the instruments. Tan Indian, they really um not don't care, but you know, just the music is there, of course. The song is in the air, but yeah, really see how the different musician are feeling that specific moment playing together with others. And because honestly, if I will like buy an album and just listen to it, I think I will say, oh man, that's boring.
Yeah.
You know, like, and then of course, if you are a virtuoso in your instrument, that could be saxophone, guitar, or drums, you say, oh my God, you got that feelings. Oh no, you know, but I know that because if I listen to the album Californication of Red Hot Chili Pepper, I love the way the drummer is playing and he's doing like kind of basic rhythm. You know, the feels are not so complicated. The beat is really basic, something that you learn from books or school, but he has this energy, you know, to put. I think the best example is the song Other Side. The beat is so easy, but there is this energy into that. And I think that I guess I can translate that for jazz. Like, okay, let's sit down and focus on the musician and see how they are interpreted, just also viewing the person
Yeah.
connected to the music. Um, for the audience now, something to understand how we met. And the fact is that now, I guess for a couple of months now, you are the lead singer of a band that I interview. Guys, go check it out on YouTube. I did like a very, very wonderful episode because that episode was produced by the Mitchbox Productions. Shout out to Mitch. And we did it in a studio, very professional. And the band was Sunset 99. Shout out to the guys. I love you. And at that time, I interviewed another singer. And by the way, I'm glad to see that he's keep going with his own career, his own view, and his own state of mind. So that sounds important. So I'm really happy for that. But now we are here with you. The guys told me, "Oh, we decided to have a lead singers," and I was so surprised. Oh, yes, in a positive way, of course, because this generate a lot of question, and now and you're gonna listen to that question, and maybe you will help me to find a solution because um thinking about the sound of the band that I really enjoyed, knowing that those guys are three different personality, each of them represent us as a specific genre of music, like you see their background. um I also appreciate the different of ages in the band and the way they communicate. And I could really understood that doing the interviews, but after looking at the interview on YouTube, I really, really enjoyed. And I was really jealous because in my music experience, live music experience with bands, I had a lot of fun. um it was just fine, but I never had this kind of connection with my bandmates. That's amazing. And So the first question is that is for you as a singer, but it's for you quite normal to think that, okay, if you join a project, you will be like in the front row, like you will be like the spokesman of the band. Let's say the singer is always in front.
Yeah.
Besides some other exceptions, but yeah, you would be like so exciting. So how are you living this? Like knowing, okay, I want to sing in a band, but this also means that me as Anissa, I will be like always in the front. The audience will hear my voice, my message, and I am without saying that the rest of the band is annoying or is not interesting. But let's be honest, when we think about a band, whatever is the music is, we look always who is the singer,
Yeah.
right? So how you live that? I mean, because maybe out there, sorry, because maybe out there is young musicians or even other musicians with experience that still have this block, like, oh my God, I want to go live, I need to go there, but every time I need to go on stage, or nowadays I was doing some videos, lives, or recording a video, then it comes this imposter syndrome or like insecurity and everything. And in the end, just do what you like. I have to be honest, I saw a couple of videos of people singing, and that time they weren't on tunes and everything, but you could see that they had fun. So in my mind is that a part of me, of course, say, okay, they're not following the rhythm or whatever. But in the end, I said, damn, this girl or this boy they want to have fun, But this is come later. First of all, going back, you as a lead singer.
Yeah. This is a really good question. I must say, I think I have a curse on that, because every time I joined a project that I wanted to bring it on, like the now Sunset 99 project, which is amazing and I love my bandmates, it's actually the second time that I joined a band that already had a male first lead singer.
Yes.
And went away, and I was the second one arriving. So I must say, this situation is something I already lived.
Mm-hmm.
So now it's easier, okay? Because of course, first time you do something is super scary. Second time you do something is already something you can manage to do, So I must say, the first thing that makes a lead singer be on the front row is, I think there are two parts of that. The first one is really the bass. So I know I go as a lead singer in front of the first row, in front of all the whole public, but I have all of my bandmates behind me.
All right. Yeah.
So it's more about, I'm more like a diplomatic,
Mm-hmm.
I'm the one that talks, but what we are bringing are really the four voices that form the group. So I must say, I never felt, it's a lot harder when you do it as a complete solo singer.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I always use that metaphor with theaters or stuff. When you are in a band, you actually share your rise with the others, you actually share energies, and you are on the stage together. Okay, so you're never just solo person in front of all the public. Okay, so this is a really, really important part. And the second part is that I really think that when you discover that your kind of message is the voice, and you want to embrace the stage way to use it, because of course you can also be a singer that only sings in CDs, or only sings behind the curtains, or there are other ways, for example, covering your face, or I don't know, using elements to not show entire yourself. But when you choose that way of singing, so being the lead singer, being in front of the others, I think you're just following your nature. So this is also a discussion I had. I think, first of all the singers are a little bit egocentrical. So not in a bad way, okay? So not in a way, everybody must watch me, etc.
Of
It's
course.
more that my voice is something that, let's call it destiny, let's call it myself, let's call it the universe, I don't know, whatever you want to call it, but it's something that had to be in front, okay? It's like you are naked in front of the public. It's like you're sharing your intimate emotions with the only help of your voice. So of course you feel like you don't know where to put your arms or your hands. And you know, when you imagine a lead singer, everybody has got their strange moves, you know. For example, I use a lot my hands and I look like I'm strangely dancing on stage, okay? So these are all ways that your body tries to share that you are actually just a small person that, because of her choice or not her choice, have to share their depth of emotions in that precise way. So it's more about, yeah, about sharing something with the public and not, you know, being in front, because how you put it actually stressed me, you know. And if I imagine myself on stage, it's really, I don't care. But it's not about, yeah, I say I don't care, because it's really, I don't care. I want to sing, I want to share my music, I want to share the experience with my bandmates. I have loads of adrenaline and it's just an incredible emotion. So for every young band out there, I guess the best way to try it is just go on stage and do your thing, which is just, in my case, or in the case of singer, just sing it out, just sing your emotion, just sing yourself. And for the bands in general, just share your music. I mean, you have something to say. If not, you're not playing.
Yeah, and in the end, you are the one on the stage, honestly, because often you talk about egocentrism, but I think it's also more self-confidence. I mean,
Yeah.
because you know that you are gonna do something that you like, that you love, and as you said, that you want to share. Your share, yes, with the audience, but your share also with the band. So that motivates you, and I recognize that in my experiences. Like I always love, I guess I always played more as a drummer. I had my experience as a lead guitarist and singer, but I think the band wasn't the right. But as a drummer, I always had these feelings like, okay, the intro starts and you go on your own on stage beyond the drums. And when the intro is done, and I remember being so nervous, like you need to puke, like, and then the intro stop and you go with the fourth, and when it's the song start, you're on it, it's like, and yeah, I mean, it's the idea of let's go do it out there. And um but like the new generations, like this is the topic that I love to discuss on the podcast, is like the approach. Like when I grew up, there was no social media, I remember going on internet looking for a picture of the Offsprings or from Papa Roach, because it was the band at the time as a teeny was the hype, and still have a big hype on my personality. And then I was buying magazines like Metal Hammer and something like this, and you have articles, pictures, posters, and everything. And now is everything on socials, and you see very talented people. I think the sad part is that there is like kind of a overproduction of a product. So sometimes you don't know where this self-confidence is already really, or better said, where is the true face of the artist, like is really talented or is really well produced. And I had a recent episode of my podcast with Noom, is a producer from Switzerland, and we were talking about this. What should a good producer do beside saying, "Oh, I want you to be like this," or "I want you to do that," like, and about Sunset 99, my big surprise was that I had the chance to listen to the album before it was released. So I had an idea of the sound, and I like the colors, I like the ideas. It's clear to me that at that time they were like a band that they found like common ground, but still an experimental one, you know. And it's okay. I mean, but in that concept, the album concept was solid. And and when they told me that you would join the army, honestly, I was just surprised to understand these two dynamics. Will the band following the way they did before, or they were really open minded on really adapt, or let's say take inspiration from your own style? Because from what I understood, one of the reasons why they wanted you is because they liked your energy, your way to see and to do music. And so I I guess I can answer for that, because we were talking about this even months later. Um, I think that the fact that the band really decided after releasing an album to rearrange their own sound, um, well, kudos.
Yeah.
Because as I said, the album they released is solid.
Yeah.
I don't like to. I mean, it's not. Yeah, that started bad, but I need to close this sentence. I don't like the music scene from Ticino. I have to be honest. I say this not because it happened something bad in the past, something like this, but it's just because I know the mentality of people living there. But in the last months, I just went on Spotify and YouTube. I was checking out some of artists, and of course, they are really interesting bands or solo artists. But I don't know. I still have that feeling that they always think that this is it. They know they got everything, and it's the similar story about people thinking they got everything, what they need, but they never go out from their small village, you know.
Yeah.
And I think that if they, some of them really will go somewhere and really let the influence of other places get into their own style or their personality, mentality, that would be like a very deal breaker, because I heard so much content that it's so similar for what is produced in Milano, and you know, the biggest city in north of Italy and everything. And I said, yeah, that could be your demo. That could be your demo. Of course, you take inspiration for something and you go in for that, but what's the real product that you want? You want to be then the classical trapper that they do the same way, the same beats, the same, and it goes also for rock. I don't know. I wasn't so delusional about the scene. Uh, I went listen to a couple of band live in the last months. So because I want, you know, if I critic or I said my opinion, I want to be honest, and I want to be, and of course, I'm not saying that those people don't have to be on stage or that I have to stop doing music. Don't get me wrong. But why is that so? Because when this Mitch from Mitchbox Productions told me, "Oh, I got a band from you," and I say, "Oh yeah, from where?" I say, "From Lugano." I say, "Come on, dude, really?" And but you know, I was wrong. I was wrong, and I was wrong because uh, I won't be honest with you too. Before the interview, I didn't listen to anything. I just told myself, go there, meet the guys, talk with them, talk to them, and see what's going on.
Yeah.
And then Mitch gave me, I don't know if the band know that. I also saw the video clip um of Upside Down before it was released, and I love that song. and and I'm really curious to see how you're gonna sing that song. But yeah, we also talk about that. But once again, the band is solid.
Yeah.
And I'm really curious to see you live. By the way, guys, today we are at the end of May. And you guys, you Anissa, with Sunset 99, you have the chance to play on a very big festival here in Switzerland. You won the slot for that specific day. Before we keep going and talking about you in relation to the band, please give some information about this concert, because it's a very, very great opener. I saw the lineup. If you love pop, rock, you got whatever you want. There is Full Beat. There is the band of Johnny Depp. I don't know the name, but I know there is Johnny Depp singing on it. And I said there was the Cedar also there. I love Cedar. And you guys, Sunset 99 gonna be there. So
Yeah, we
Anissa,
are.
just give some information. The audience need to know. The audience need to know.
Come on. So this is, I think it's the first year they are doing this open air, which is the Summerside open air in Grenchen, so in Solothurn. So yeah, German part of Switzerland. And we are in. So this is so exciting. We actually don't know. We don't know how we feel. This is a big thing. We are so excited. We just are looking forward to go there and to play our music. So we're actually planned on the 23rd, so in Friday, and is on 2 days. So 2 days long, 23rd and 24th of June. So in just 1 month. Oh my God, yes, it's 1 month.
1 month.
Yes. And yeah, so the same night that we are gonna play, are gonna also be there Airborne, which are, oh my God, these are incredible. And of course, the Hollywood Vampires with Alice Coopers and Johnny Depp and whatever, you know. So we are really just hoping to share a beer with all of our fans, with all of our friends, with them, and just live on this 2 days music, because oh my God, we really don't know how to share how crazy we are about that.
Yeah.
And oh yeah, big news. This is only for your podcast, Shanti.
Tell me.
Yeah, we're going to play. That's the plan. Probably, very probably, some songs from the new album, which is not yet released.
Ooh.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, baby, indeed. Yeah. Oh. So, guys, if you don't know what to do in 1 month, Summerside Festival, Grenchen Soul Tour, um, come on, to all the audience in Ticino, because I know that fucking mentality, and you also know. Oh, you're gonna play in Swiss German. We need to take the card,
It's
right?
hard.
Come on, it's like this, though.
No problems. We're going there. Let's go together.
Yes, right.
We go in the morning. We go there, picnic on the road, on the Gotthard Pass.
Yeah, that's it,
Yeah.
right? That's it. We need to teach to people
Teach
to do
you.
that again, because hey, I remember oh, that was amazing day, because I also met one of my best friends ever, ever. And there was this American band. It was all metalcore in Zurich, and there was 2 bands from Ticino playing there. And I remember going to Lugano. We picked 3 cars, and 3 cars we went to Zurich,
Yeah.
And it was our longest day, It started like at 8 and we ended like at 3 in the morning,
Yeah.
But it's the experience. So move your fucking ass and go to the Summer Side Festival, support Sunset 99 and join some good music, guys. Because because music, after we had 2 years with nothing. So what's the feeling of not having live events? And now there is opportunity. It seems, because in Zurich they burn these puppets, Sexleute, and it burns so fast, and that means, oh no, that means the contrary. Honestly, I suppose if it burns fast, it's gonna be like a shitty summer.
I think so.
I think so, right? But no, we don't believe in that.
And we actually don't care. I mean, rain is just
witchcraft or
water.
everything. Yeah, right. Well, this is the reason why personally I hate openers. If I working, it's okay because I'm behind the scene. I got my tent, I got maybe my hotel and everything. But I always skipped going to opener because I'm not that guy. I have to be honest. I'm not a guy. I'm I'm more like the concert hall guy. I like small venues, is everything cool, but not opening. But Sunset 99.
Yeah.
What is the deal with this band?
So you talked about loads of stuff. And I really don't know where to start with, but just how amazing the energies of these guys is just incredible. So you met the old singer and the whole band together, and it's just as it was. So I really felt welcomed in the family. So this is a funny story. I'm going to tell you how I actually met them. And I was in Lugano. I was singing on stage for I don't even remember. It was like talent or challenging something, and that guy on the on the public after the concert came to me and he was like, "Hi." Hi, nice to meet you. I love your voice. Can we be friends? I was like, yeah, of course we can. You're so nice. And it was like, yeah, I'm also playing with a band and we're doing some good stuff. So would you like to, stay in touch?
Wait, who was that for the band?
Well, it's coming. So just keep in touch and share some thoughts. Yeah, of course. Why not? It was Leo.
All right.
It was the best player, And it was so funny because from that moment on, we just shared a couple of messages, nothing more. Until during the summer, he called me and it was like, hey, would you like to, come and try singing with our band? I was like, yeah, what kind of band is it? And he was like, so it's kind of pop, punk rock. And I was like, oh, yeah, actually, fuck yes. Why not? Let's do it. And I went there, and from that moment on, the rest of history, like you said. So you talked about the different personalities and the different genre. So you're also starting to know me, and as you can see, I'm also another personality. So I'm also different from from Alex that I personally never met. So I say hi to you, Alex. Maybe someday we will all meet each other. And I'm also another person, a brand new person. And of course, some things have changed.
Yeah, he has to also in some ways, right?
You have to, and it's absolutely positive. I love that sentence that is the only sure thing is life is changement. It's changing, and whoever thinks that something is fixed, that something is finished, is just wrong, okay? Because nothing in life is done. So of course the sound is slightly changing, of course it is, but the amazing and super good thing is that, in my opinion, is growing. Okay, so of course I brought different stuff. Of course I brought, first of all, a different voice and a different genre. Because of course I don't have a male voice. And on the other way, I'm a soprano, so completely different voice, so that's absolutely something that everybody will know as soon as they start like listening to our songs. But the sound is actually growing from the inside. So I must say, especially at the beginning, I stepped back because I was entering something that was, as you said, already working. and already working very well. So I didn't want to, you know, put my label on it. It's
All right,
not,
just test the water, you know, just see
yeah,
what's going on.
especially because it's not who I am. I'm more that kind of person that likes to create following what the others are saying. You know, I don't have a style. As I mentioned before, I went from metal to classical music to jazz music. What I love is to discover what my voice can do in whatever space is put on, you know. And in this case, I love the genre. I love what they're doing. I love the sound. I love the energies. And I just wanted to understand where this was going. And there was an incredible growth from the band. So especially the guitarist is really discovering his voice. And you will know as soon as the album will be released. But I think he was the main change on the band, not the voice. And which is pretty funny because it changed the person, but the real change was in the guitarist. Okay. Yes. So he's really growing with this music. He's really starting to play the notes that describe his personalities. Of course, Gilles and Leo are incredible artists, incredible musicians. And I think that together we are creating something new. I wouldn't say it's, you know, the identity, because still it's changing, it's growing, it's going somewhere different. But I think we have an union, which is a really strong union, and we're fitting in together. So it's really all about discussions. It's all about understanding whether or not everyone is described in every single song. So of course, the person that brings the most of it is the person that maybe creates the base of the song.
You give the base, or let's say the structure of the song, the first melodies, and then
exactly. But everybody's working on the same stuff, on the same songs, on everything. We are discussing from the topic we're going to sing about. We're discussing about whether or not change some parts of a song, how to transfer the concept of the album, etc. So it's really about unity and about understanding and about sharing with each other whatever everybody thinks about one another's and one another's songs. So it's really important and it's precious.
Yeah, and the experience they are on the way, like as we said, 1 month to the big event, the big chance is it's offering you really like the time is now, let's say. So as you said, you feel that something is evolving, the band is really open to this, accept this evolution, improvement, and the chance out there. So for sure, we're speaking right now this episode saying that it's not what would you like to be, but it's already something that is happening. You're gonna be on stage in 1 month on a big stage, and this will be just the first of many. And so the things are here. Your energy is activating also all the process in the band, and it's so interesting, honestly, to witness this, because once again, going back to the topic about social media, we see always finished product. We don't know really what happened behind the scene. We don't know if the person is faking. We don't know if this person is telling bullshit or is so arrogant because he's an asshole, or because he's a character he's playing, you know. And for the audience, it maybe is also interesting to clarify. I'm working with you as a band. I given you some advices. We had a couple of meetings, and I'm really glad that you accepted to hear my opinion and what I had to say about some different experience I had. So it's something that it doesn't happen every day, because I don't know if it's because some people are insecure about what's gonna be, or what's the meaning of being successful. Um, but sometimes the answer is, oh yeah, we are trying this, we are going this and that. And then you also got the opposite. People say, oh yeah, I need to go in that direction. They witness a lot of experience. They pay to play, let's say, and whatever. But in the end, nobody care about them. So it is a subtle balance, because it's not just a vision, a presence that happen then on audios or videos, but it's also you. People will appreciate. I think that most of the artists that I really appreciate, it's because when they are on stage, they offer the show, they offer a presence. And once again, your presence as a new member of a band, it's already evolving this band. So this is very interesting, and I really hope that I'm now setting on my calendar for next month, so I hope I can join the opener.
Yeah.
Because I'm really curious, and I had some bands that told me or asked me, oh, can you join us to the rehearsal so you can see this and that? And in your case, I really want to keep myself the surprise to see you live, because in the end, um, I'm the kind of audience that like to see the band playing, and I really enjoy when the band plays not like on the CD. They are really a little bit dirt, a little bit live.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, I'm touring with some metal bands, and they all play with backtrack or effects, and I get it. It's part of the new style and everything, but it changed totally the way of live show, I think, because sometimes you say, oh yeah, they play that song, but the singer changed a little bit the melody, or like the guitarist did another solo, or they did it shorter, or they had this and that. And this is once again the present, the surprise that a band can give, like.
Yeah.
And I need to ask this because it's a question that I think is important to brings up, and it's also a question that I ask to many of my female guests. Is you as a female, a person in the music business, as a woman, do you have did you witness cringe experience difficult situations?
Oh my God.
I don't think we don't need necessarily go into the details, but like it's important because we read articles sometimes, we do have people shouting out about the situation that not easy and everything, but I think it's important to hear once again from voice directly in general, how is the situation for a woman in.
So many situations, so many cringe and bad situations. So I must say, in Switzerland, less. Okay. So in Switzerland, the only stuff I experienced were just unhappy comments, but in Italy, where I was also more involved in looking for concerts and in talking with lots of bar owners or whatever. It was really crazy, and I'm still shocked, years after I experienced that they're not looking at you as a human being, it's really like you're less. And I remember that case, which was of course the worst of it, but I must witness it because that's the truth. I remember, so I already played around Europe, and I came into the club, and I went there with a friend of mine just because he was helping me with a couple of stuff. Okay? But he knew nothing about music. He was just a friend of mine coming up there,
Yeah.
And we started talking with the owner of the club about the concert we were going to have a week later. And I had to organize the whole show. So I had to understand what speaker were there, what kind of mixer, what kind of, whatever. So every kind of technical stuff you have to discuss with the owner. And every time I asked a question, he first of all, he didn't let me finish, and he was directly talking with a friend of mine. So he was not talking to me, like really not even looking at me in the eye. Okay. And since I have this kind of, you know, strong personality, at a certain point, I was so angry. And really, with all the calm in me, I was like, man, I'm sorry, but I know what I'm talking about, and I'm talking to you. And at that moment, he turned to the friend of mine and he told him, is this your girlfriend? Because, ooh, what kind of, you know, sassy little girl is that? I was crazy. I was crazy about it, really.
Damn
And
it. Yeah.
this is something I think all female artists experience. Like it's all about, in every kind of way, in every single kind of way. Because if you are more humble, then you're not sexy enough. If you are trying to, I don't know, break the rules, then you're just a bitch. If you have a strong personality, then you're a bossy bitch. If you don't have enough personality, then you're a loser, and you probably, I don't want to be vulgar, but you sucked on somebody to be there. Okay. So this is really, and thank you for the question, this is really something we have to change.
I noticed, I was talking that with a friend of mine that she's also straight edge, and she organized a lot of events in the States. And she promoting a lot of her channel is titled Sisterhood for straight edge, but it's open to everybody. I mean, it's not just for women, but it's created by women for everybody. And I'm like, oh, you know, when you see women and the shows, most of the people think, oh, they are here because they are looking for attention, you know. Or something that I don't get it, I was on tour with Leandro. I was in Paris, and it was a sold out show, biggest location, and it was also a first time for me as a backliner. And I was looking to the audience, and it was interesting because there was women wearing like what normally you see on TikTok or Instagram, you know. And I said, okay, that's kind of, it's the new style, it's the new way. And it's okay if you come to the show like this because it's your style. And of course, you look at it, but the fact is that, man, out there, you don't have to sexualize everything, you know. Like, you can do a compliment to a person, you can, you know, like, it's not that it's wrong to look at somebody, but the fact is the way you deal with that and handle that. And honestly, sometimes, guys, if you witness something strange or bad, said something, from my side, you can also punch somebody, honestly, because sadly in this war, some people understand only what they got in the face, you know. Like, but the fact is that omerta, like, situation like this where, I mean, I can only speak really for the punk rock scene, where it's a male dominant scene. But as in classical music, I noticed this. You know, like, I think the Berliner Symphonic Orchestra have for the first time a woman as a first violin concertmeister in. So, and we are 2080. I think it was last year. Or let's say recently. I don't want to say something wrong, totally wrong, but think about that. You know, like, one of the biggest orchestra of Europe, only in the last 3 years, decided to have one of the most important pieces of the orchestra played by a woman. And I don't know, because working behind the scene, I was happily surprised to see that in the team who built the rigs, in the team lights, stage setting, there's a lot of women working there. And also members of LGBTQ community. And when I was working at the opera, I remember there was really a good balance in between women and men working together. Maybe because really they were working together, and you can talk shit of somebody who's near you and working hard as you, you know?
Yeah.
And this is something that, of course, surprised me in a positive way. But it's also always something that not many people are able to see, you know?
Yeah.
And I still think that this is something special about working in arts.
Yeah.
I have a lot of girlfriends that are backliners, touring with band, doing merch, you know, like as a job with high responsibilities, and this is normal. Saying so, sadly, the scene still male dominant. And when I said so, it's more about the mentality.
Yeah.
I don't say there is something wrong now. There is, I would say there is the same amount of people in both gender being part of the scene, but it's this mentality. What did you just explain? What happened to you? Oh my God, it's something that I really hate as a
Yeah.
man. You know, like hearing this disrespect about a person first, and then of course because you're a woman, so I don't talk to a woman about this and that.
Yeah. It's
Dude,
really crazy that we're talking about it. So it's just crazy because when you just talked about, so just sharing on work between men and women, that should be normal. So it's even crazy to talk about it like it should be a goal. It should not be a goal. It should be like everyday life. So
yeah.
this is the crazy part. Yeah.
And of course, I mean, we can take the example of your band. Like, it's a four-piece band. No, wait, now you are a four-piece band. Yeah. So then, you know, like, before they were all men, then, you know, they accept you for who you are and for the energy you are bringing in. And this is in the small reality of a band.
Yeah.
But it should be like this also, whatever you're gonna do. But yeah, I also had sadly had to witness some kind of situation, and I don't want to open now the door about discrimination in general, but
No.
it happened to me last week. I need to go into a concert hall to do my job, and there is a woman at the door, and she looked at me very suspicious, and she said, "Who are you?" And I'm always too kind, you know. I just say, you know, I'm the technician for the orchestra. I need to go to work. And but honestly, in my mind, I was asking, yeah, and who are you?
Yeah.
You know, because it's not because there is an elder woman at the door that you know what I mean, you know, and
Yeah,
of
definitely.
course she was white, you know, like I'm as I said, I don't want to open the dialogue about discrimination,
Totally.
but it's in some ways it's a kind of same vibes, you know,
Yeah.
like you disrespect somebody in some ways, or you don't think that you disrespect because they think that they are right doing, they have the right to do so.
Yeah.
But you know, like it's this idea of okay, we are here for the same goal, but something for some people, something is not right.
Yeah.
So fuck, man. Well, I thank you for being open on this topic, because I always think that it's so important to talk about it, because
Yeah.
and the way people talk, because sometimes I'm on Instagram and I hear about what does it mean being man, what does it mean being women and everything, you know, all this, but how can you explain such intricate
Yeah.
on different levels on 30 seconds video? You just see like a snippet of an interview or a podcast. And of course there is, and this is my question once again, going back on final product, what you see is really what reality is. I mean, I don't, maybe some of these personalities out there are just faking. And honestly, it's not a good faking being the asshole in the room.
Yeah.
There is a very good podcaster in Germany. Shout out to Ethervox Herrenfeld in Köln. And Christian, he has this, I really admire him because he has this way to be bold in what he's saying. He brings out topics that are really kind of hot, I would say, where people would be like, have mixed feelings, but not in a way that he need to shock the audience. He brings that on the table. He has like 2 or 3 guests, and together they discuss it, and in the end they're still friends. Classic example, they were talking about how some stuff are working in German society, and he had one of his friends that is gay, and the other one is a Muslim, and growing up there, and everybody gave a different opinion, and the dialogue was really open. It was on fire, but in a positive way. It's not that everybody was shooting to each other. And this is why I said we need to talk openly about this. As I said, I always try to make this podcast like a normal dialogue, and this is also something that I would like to ask to people while I'm sitting with them to know more about their own experience, because those experience made then the person you are in front you have in front of you. And between good and bad, I can tell you also bad things that happened, but in the end, good that happened because I understood better why I choose the way to be freelance when I had a really top-notch job, But there was in that job some facets that I said, oh, I love what I'm doing and I don't need this stress.
Yeah.
And also with 36, I'm 37, I'm really learning right now to be more secure of myself. It's a process. So guys, if you are young, 20 years old, and you think that the world is against you, welcome to the club. No, after 30, everything get better. So just grow up. No.
Been a little before, come on.
Yeah, I know that was more joking, but guys, those are experience that forge you, like, and I in between what is your profession and what is your life, you as a person. Before we go to the end of this episode, did you have any recommendation about what audience could go on Spotify or YouTube and listening to? Because I was thinking, in the last months, at the beginning of May, I was on tour, and I listened to I was driving from Freiburg in Breisgau to Berlin, and I was listening to the whole album Fallen of Evanescence, because for me it was one of the biggest band. I play a cover with friends in high school of them, and there's still such sound that it's cool. That's a cool album. I think nobody. I remember I heard as another podcast that were talking about that, and they were, let's say, yeah, almost 20 years later, still a solid product, like. And so I was thinking, oh, and nowadays, what is gonna be? For me, and I don't know if you know that there is a young girl. She appeared like in one of these. I think America Got Talent.
Okay.
And her name is Arlen. I need to check it out, because she went on stage and she sung a song of a metal band called Spirit Box. Spirit Box have a female lead singer, and she scream so good.
Yeah.
And so you see this young girl, I think she's 12, or she was 12 at the time of the video. And so the song start, and how is the talent show, the judge are always like surprised, and she starts screaming, but in a good way, that so cool. And also the lyricism was very heavy, like everything. And when you see a 12 years old singing this kind of thing, you say, what the hell is going on? And she's called Harper. Sorry, Harper. And,
of course, Harper.
Yeah, and now she released a song with We Came as Romance and the singer of another metal band, or I think the singer of another metalcore band produced the song, and she sing with the singer of We Came as Romance, and the track is fire. And it's nice because it's not you see that it's honest.
Yeah.
You see that this girl, the parents are parenting good. She's living her life as a young teenager, You
Yeah.
know, it's no heavy makeup, no clothes, you know, like this kind of make young people looking older or like if they are already adults. No, she's like there and she's singing. You can feel the passion. So to me, this is for me right now is one of the most amazing female front women. So
Okay.
I didn't want to fuck up this, yeah, the word. And then there is this Mexican band called The Warning. There are three sisters, and I heard that they were on tour with Muse, and
Uh-huh.
they were opening for Muse, and they are incredible. They
Yeah.
started like showing some. It was the that summer I had like for 3 months TikTok, and it was one of the best thing I've learned from TikTok. This band, The
Yeah.
Warning, amazing band, great sound. They're amazing musicians, and they have this energy. And the last one that I will advise is Sun, and she's from Paris. Shout out to Sun. Elle est une des meilleures musiciens que je connais. Because we are in contact, we're gonna record a podcast soon together, I hope, because
Oh,
they opened for Metallica like last weekend. And I get in touch with her because she played a project with an orchestra in Geneva, and uh, and she does what she call brutal pop.
okay.
It's a mix. It's a, usually I can't describe it. You need to listen to that. And I love her style because it's unique. Once again, she has this energy. You feel the influences, but it's his own style. And Sun, she's doing great. It's really fresh. And those
Wow.
are for me the three female act on the music scene that right now I really enjoy to listen to. And I don't know, do you have something for us?
Who? Nice question. So, I must say I'm more like a vintage soul.
Mm-hmm.
So my bands are more from the past. But man, I got two names that I think some of your followers know them, some of them will not know them. But if you don't know them, just go there.
Now it's the time. Let's
Oh
go.
my God, is the fucking time. So the first one is, oh my God. I think I already told you about. So he's In This Moment, which is metalcore, and she's the lead singer is just extra, you know?
Yeah.
Just something more. I love her. I love her sound because of course is disturbed, is stretched out, but you can feel everything through that
Let me
voice.
check something because now that you said that name, I need to check something because I got In This Moment. Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, I know the band, but I had like the same. Okay, no, I just confused the lead singer with another person, but yeah, I love the
Okay.
song. It's great. It's a great band. It's a very, very great band.
Yeah, they are really, really amazing. And the second one, which for me is totally, totally on because of her energy, because of that strong voice. And so between the two person, the first one is more, suffering and spitting it out, and the second one is screaming on your fucking face, and which is of course Hailstorm. And
Oh,
God, yes. So Lucy Hale and her voice is just,
I love the song Love Bites.
oh yeah.
Yeah, that song is badass. But there are brothers in the band also, all right?
Yeah, they're bloggers.
The
It's a
drummer
family.
is crazy. I
Yeah.
love the drummer style, but she has the I'm a contrary of you in that. There is like a black hole in between after the era of the Beatles to the middle of the 80s for me. And
Okay.
it's not that I despise artists of that period, but it's just that I don't feel it. I don't like that sound.
Yeah.
And but when I've heard Hailstorm for the first time, I really enjoy because it got me that feelings of old school singing, you know, like and
with that 21st century energy, you know.
yeah, she has that energy that that's have you heard them live?
No, never like live.
Okay, it's on the wish list. Sunset 99 gonna open, right?
It is,
It
and it's
is.
gonna happen.
Today, episode Music to Live for Shanti, we are saying that, that your band gonna open for us, and you will see 1 year later and say, "Yeah, I said that."
What's the time?
Yeah, and I come as a backline for your band, no problem.
Definitely,
We're gonna
definitely.
do that. We're gonna do that. Yeah. Oh, Anissa, that was really a nice chat. Because last time we met, I mean, we met in person like also 1 month ago or something like this. Because that was funny. I said, okay, I need to go visit my parents because my mom was away. My dad was at home alone. I say, okay, let's go visit that. I needed also a break, and then I don't know. The day before, I just realized I just saw that Mono Bar in Locarno hosted you on your project with your colleague at the guitar, and I said, oh, that's just perfect. And then the day after, there was also another concert that I want to be honest, it was such a delusional concert because uh, the band was kind of cringe. They had like a strange energy, and then I discovered they were all cops, and it's just the fact that I don't get it when you have the kind of profession like being a fucking cops and you do punk rock or metal like this. It's just don't sit together. It's like you can say whatever you want. You hate the badge and not the people, but there was some crazy cringe energy in that mosh pit. Now, but we met there before. We just talk on Zoom and we talk about with the band, so it was different. And now today we had really the chance to talk about music. I was so curious about your approach. I mean, I already got it that you have this energy. Can I say that you love skiing? So in winter you are always on the mountains. So you're really an active woman. You like to do things. You put your energy. I think people around you should be every time so happy to have you because you are yeah, you are the avalanche. You are the one who push.
Okay.
And I mean, this is the idea that I had. And after this 1.5 hour talk, I mean, yeah, I got it. I was right. Well, I was right. No, it's the fact is that, yeah, I really enjoyed it. I love your energy. And I wish you and all the best. Shout out to the guys at Sunset 99 to not just to have a wonderful show in 1 month, but also to keep going that way. Uh, right now on the Swiss scene, there is a lot of very nice and interesting bands. So guys, I think that maybe on Spotify you can find some playlists, Swiss music, Swiss metal, Swiss pop, Swiss rock. Go and check it out. Check it out, Sunset 99. Leave some comments in the option. This episode gonna be available, of course, on Spotify, Deezer, Apple Podcast, and the video of the episode will be available on YouTube. So do me a favor, leave a comment, follow, and share. And because it will just help me to reach more audience and share also the opinion of wonderful people like Anissa with the rest of the world. Yeah, it sounds great, right? Woo! Yeah, thank you very much for this episode. I'm really happy, and thank you very much, Anissa.
Thank you. It was really a pleasure, and see you soon.
See you soon. Bye.